there, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Auntie Sonia. Tonight, I have my handsome son, Caleb, videoing me as I'm demonstrating to him how to make a quick and easy jerk chicken college style. Now, we know when we're off to college, we don't have a lot of all the ingredients, so what I'm going to show him how to do is with 1 onion, a tablespoon of browning, 3 tablespoons of jerk seasoning, 2 tablespoons of Badia complete seasoning. As you guys know, that's one of my favorite. And 1 tablespoon of seasoning salt and a 1/2 cup of water. Then we'll cover it with some foil paper, stick it in the oven at 425, and then lower the oven down to 350, and he will have a delicious plate of jerk chicken that he can have and share with his friends. So I have right now about 6 pounds of boneless thighs that I pre-washed, pre-cooked, and pre-cut. And I cut them into probably 3-inch pieces, about 3 inches wide, the different pieces that I cut, because by the time the thighs cook down, they will shrink a bit. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go ahead and chop the onions, and Caleb already knows how to do this, so I'm going to go ahead and just chop the onions. And as you can see, this is really definitely a college style cooking. No uniformity to it, because I remember when I was in college, we just chopped it up. And if my New Paltz folks are out there, holler at me, because you remember how we used to do the curry chicken down in the lounge. And basically what I'm doing is, it's an all-in-one pot. I chop it, I put it right on. So your hands will get messy when you're doing this. This is not fancy gourmet cooking. This is college life cooking. Yes, you want to sometimes have it fancy and gourmet, and we'll do some of that, but I'm cooking for showing a 18-year-old boy how to do this, because he likes jerk chicken. And basically, like you see, it's chopped into chunky pieces, and we're pouring it on. Oops, made a little boo-boo. He's laughing at me. The counters are clean, so I'm going to go ahead and chuck it in there. And what I'm doing is I'm rubbing the onions all in there. And Caleb will keep the camera on there while I just rinse my hand off. And now, what I'll do is, I'll go ahead and add, I have my tablespoon measuring here. College boy, you can get this from the dollar store for your college student, because they'll probably lose it once they get there, and just shake it on like I normally shake it on. But I'm measuring it out so that he'll see, and I'm just doing it all over. So that's one tablespoon. I'm almost out of Badia, so you're not gonna go get my favorite season again. And here we go. We sprinkle it all over, because when he gets there, I'm gonna hook him up and send him with good seasonings, but just for when the seasonings run out. So that's my 2 tablespoons of Badia, and then we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of seasoning salt, because we don't want it too salty. So here we go. And what I'm doing is, if you'll zoom in, Caleb, I don't know if you are, just sprinkle it all over, because what we're going to do after that, we're going to go ahead and rub it in anyway. So right now I just sprinkled it so, you know, the majority of the chicken would get some. And here we have our jerk seasoning. Tonight I'm using Ocho Reyes Jamaican mild jerk seasoning. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 tablespoons. This again is another measuring spoon. You can get that from the Dollar Tree as well. So this is from the Dollar Tree. The chopping board is from the Dollar Tree. And right now, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and measure out my jerk seasoning. So let me grab the other one that can get up in there. So I'm pulling out the teaspoon, which if you do your math, how many teaspoons are equal to a tablespoon? And if you don't know that, I'm going to demonstrate it for you. So we have our teaspoon. So we're going ahead and we have 2 teaspoons makes, now we got to remember our math, 2 teaspoons make 1 tablespoon, all right? And we're going to do a whole 4. So we have 1 in there. So if I'm doing 4 tablespoons, I will need 8 teaspoons. So currently we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And remember, I used 8 teaspoons because I couldn't get the tablespoon into the jar. All right? So don't go using 8 tablespoons. Go ahead. And I'm going to rub this in. I'm going to go ahead and rub. See, I'm loving on the chicken. Loving on the chicken. Giving it some love. Rubbing in my jerk seasoning. Making sure that my jerk seasoning is covering the entire chicken. And if you notice, zoom in for me, Caleb, so that they can see that the jerk seasoning is on all the pieces. While I rinse my hand off. And now I am going to add my tablespoon of browning. And remember, the browning doesn't really have a flavor. I use it mostly for coloring. So I'm going to go ahead and drizzle it on. And then I am going to go ahead and rub it on. Rub it in there. And if you notice, you see the color is changing. Now, depending on your level of liking spices, you can put as much as you can take in there. But because Caleb is going to have some, and he's not a big spice eater. Najee likes a lot of spice, but this is for when Caleb goes off to college. I'm doing a simple, quick and simple jerk season. And usually you don't have to add the onions, but he likes onions, so I'm going ahead and putting that in there. And now, if you look, you'll see, zoom in, Caleb. See that nice color that the browning gave the chicken? And all I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab some foil paper and I'm going to cover this. And remember, I said I had the oven up at 425. Take a look at it again. And I'm going to let it cook for 40 minutes. And when it's done, I'll be ready to show you how it looks. So we're going to go ahead and put it in the oven. And we'll be with you in 45 minutes. And in 45 minutes, you'll see some delicious jerk chicken. And currently, I have a pot over here cooking with some white rice because Caleb again likes rice. So I've made some white rice and he knows how to do that. I've added to the rice cooker, which will be one of his gifts as he heads off to college. Remember, parents, you can equip your children to eat healthy meals in college without having to get that huge meal plan if you don't have to. Get them a rice cooker, a crock pot, and if they live in an apartment like my son and my daughter will be on campus, they will have a stove there and they can use those to make their meals. I'll be with you in 45 minutes, and thank you for joining Auntie Sonia. Well, welcome back to Auntie Sonia with our done jerk chicken, or quick jerk chicken, as I reminded you guys. This is for the college students with the very minimal seasoning, but that jerk is right in there. Zoom on in, Caleb, so that they can see. Lovely piece of jerk chicken right there.
Okay.
Just add a little bit of gravy. And voila. Here you have it. Delicious jerk chicken and white rice. Thank you so very much for joining Auntie Sonia's session with our quick college style jerk chicken. And I guarantee you he will be enjoying this. I'll catch you later. Love you.